This is what Pocket could do to make the game 1,000% better right now. Hello, everybody. Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw. I am joined by the one and only Godsley. This is Professor's Research, our weekly Pokemon Pocket podcast. While this video comes out, we have a sister video up on Godsley's channel right now. But today on this channel, we are talking about things that could make Pocket better overnight. Godsley, are you ready, dude?
I'm excited. I've been waiting to complain.
Okay, good. Yeah, so we're going to do a little complaining right here. But I will say, I think most of what Pocket has done so far has been pretty fantastic. These are all things that are kind of quality of life based that could help the game out a lot right away. And then a couple things that are maybe bigger picture. One thing I just want to start off with, right off the bat, is we have 15 decks available in this game, and now that we're in like our 4th or 5th set, this seems crazy to me that we only have 15 deck slots.
I mean, I make 2 deck videos a day, and then I think the number one comment I get on my videos is, I love this deck, but I just don't have room. Tell them to give us more deck slots. I'm like, I'm trying to tell them. That's what we're trying to do right now, but I think we'll get it soon. They have to have heard the feedback at this point, right?
I feel like they have to have, and then also 15 decks made a lot of sense in Genetic Apex. Even then, I was having to kind of move some things around, and I get that not every player is making content for this game every day and switching up their decks, but when you do see a cool deck out there, when you see like something fun posted on Twitter, when you pop up on TikTok with a cool deck idea, I'm sure a lot of people go, oh yeah, I'd like to put that in, and then they open their deck list and they have their Gyarados deck and their Darkrai deck, and then they don't want to sort of remove something that they enjoy to add to it. At this point, like, we could have 50 deck slots and that would probably still not be enough, but I cannot believe we don't have more deck slots. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of, I feel like the older players too, the players that have been loyal to the game and you know, continuously playing, it hurts them the most because they're really the ones that want the extra deck slots. At this point, we've had multiple different sets. I actually thought for a while that maybe we were actually, after Genetic Apex, I thought we would get 15 more with each update, right? That would make the most sense to me, but no.
Yeah, no such luck. I know you have some ideas from your Discord and some things you brought in, if you want to hit me with one of those now.
Yeah, so my Discord was more than helpful. They have a lot of quality of life changes that they would like to see, and I think the number one most asked for one was a match history / win rate. Like, just being able to see recent matches and maybe even check your opponent's deck list would be really useful.
Oh, dude, yeah, being able to see your opponent's deck list and a match history would be so nice, right? Because you'd go, what did I just, you know, I think a lot of players go, what did I just run into? What were they running? Especially for new players, you'd start to see really cool decks and you'd go, oh, this is what they were playing against me. One thing I've got to say is, if they decide to implement a win rate, I'm all for it, but tell me you're going to do it, because when I hit my 5 wins in the streak event, I give wins the entire time. And I know people get mad at me for this, but when I hit my 5 wins with my first deck, I get to checkmate in all my games, and then I concede to my opponents. And I recognize that this is going to tank whatever my win rate is. So if we're going to add it, they better let me know when they're adding it.
Well, I mean, hopefully it'll be for ranked, right? We're receiving ranked later this month, so hopefully it's with that. I would like to also see win rates for specific cards, you know, like Palkia or whatever. See the win percentage of it, because I know that they have that in a lot of other games, and it's really useful for new players where they can take a look at, like, oh, this card is performing extremely well right now. This is the popularity rate, this is the win rate of it, and then they can kind of build a deck around that, and they can get inspiration. So that'd be pretty cool to see too. Just some more stats and overall transparency in the game.
That's a great idea too. Also, you'd be able to see Misty's win rate, so people would be able to go like, look, how often is this actually winning games? And I think people would have conspiracy theories about whether or not those numbers are being inflated. But that's a really great idea. I would absolutely love that. I want to hit you with a quality of life thing that I think would be nice. This is based around sort of building out decks, and I don't have the exact solution for this, okay? I'm a complainer, I'm an ideas man, but I don't have the idea for how to fix this. At this point, with how many sets we have, building decks can be kind of annoying if you're scrolling through to find the exact water card you want, because you're like, oh wait, it wasn't in Genetic Apex, it wasn't in Mythical Island, it wasn't in Spacetime Smackdown. You're kind of like scrolling through all of the water cards looking for something, and then you sometimes forget when you're building a deck, like, oh yeah, I have 1-star versions of this card, not just the base version. So I wish I could build a deck and have an easier way of searching for everything, like make it super streamlined. Again, a complainer, not an idea of how to fix it. And then also, once my deck is done, I wish I could just click a button that would like upgrade all of it to the best rarity that I have.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it would be. And onto your first point, it's actually going to get harder and harder to remember all these different cards in the game and the different versions of them and when they came out as we get more and more sets. I think my Discord said if we had some kind of keyword searching for deck building to where like you can search the word coin flip and then all the coin flip cards come up and you can sort of filter by water coin flip, you know what I mean? Like certain mentions in the text of the card, I don't know, like do damage to the bench or something like that, and you can search that keyword and then it'll come up with all the cards that have a similar ability to that. That would be really cool.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I feel like as it keeps going, there's going to be a place where you keep forgetting what set something came in. And then it's also easy to go, oh yeah, that's a normal type card, but the version I was looking for is grass type. You know, it's just going to be harder and harder to do that. And for people who've been with the game since the beginning, I don't think it'll be too tough, but people coming in also with all these different packs, all these different sets, I think that could be kind of tough. But yeah, hit me with another idea from your Discord.
So this one is from me. As a content creator, I would love to see spectating.
Oh my gosh, dude, right? Yes.
That I feel like that should have released alongside the game, because every other card game has some kind of spectating. You want to watch your friends play, you know, like maybe two of your friends are battling and you're on a call with them or something and you want to just hop in and like spectate one of their matches and cheer for them, or even us when we're hosting our tournaments and our events. It just makes it so much easier. I think they will release that eventually. I just don't know when, because I couldn't see them holding on to that feature for it's a card game. You should be able to watch other people play.
I totally agree. And also, like any of these games, if you were to be able to, like, people will be in our streams watching us and stuff like that, but this is a way for less invested players to see even some like cool decks and things like that, and it would make them more excited and probably, you know, kind of light the fire a little bit for them to maybe purchase some packs too. So I feel like it's definitely a win for all of us creators, people running tournaments, and it's a big win for the game as well, because I do think you see decks and you get excited and you go like, oh man, everyone's playing this cool, you know, fill in the blank. So I think that's a great idea. A spectate mode would be awesome. I have one. I don't think this one's coming, I have to be honest, but it would be cool given how many people are playing this game on some type of emulator or something. I think it would just be reasonable to have a PC client for this at some point.
Yeah,
like just let's cut through all of it. I'm guaranteed the dev costs are insane and they don't really want to do it, but just do it. Just like do it, and then everyone can run that if they want. I also think a PC client encourages more people to stream it, because streaming from a mobile device just straight from mobile is kind of like hard and annoying. So I do think it would encourage just more people to be active in the game.
Yeah. Sure. Does Marvel Snap have a PC client?
I don't know. I think they don't, maybe.
Okay. I know Duel Links, which is the Yu-Gi-Oh mobile game, has a piece. It's on Steam too, so you can just download it off Steam. I don't really. How hard would it be to transfer this to PC, right? Because it's just like point and click, right? There's no like specific.
Oh, maybe Marvel Snap is on PC now, actually.
Is it?
Maybe it is. Yeah, I think because I can download it on Steam, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. So they got it. Come on, Marvel Snap's got it, Pokemon.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's that hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
I think they want to keep it on mobile. I think that's the big thing, and they've had great success with it, right? So I do understand it, but at some point, I think supporting the creator community even more, because it's a lot of what you're going to get is like a lot of creators. I think supporting that community even more with like a client for it is pretty huge.
That would be cool. I also think it would be nice if we could. I think my biggest thing is like interactions during and after battles. Like it would be nice if you could check your opponent's deck after a battle's over, or check your deck in the middle of one too, because there's a lot of times, maybe I'm just dumb, but where I forget, like I'm like, do I have 2 Sabrinas in this one or just 1 Sabrina? You know, it would be nice to not to see like the cards you currently have in your deck, but just like to take a look at your overall list, because you can do that in some games where you go to like settings and then click your deck, and then you can like see the whole 20 card deck list, which would be cool. And then after a match too, if I play against someone who used something super creative, I want to go view what their list was. You know, I think we mentioned that before, but that would be just interactions during. Just I like to have social. I feel like in this game when you battle people, that's it. You know what I mean? And there's no interaction. There's no like you can't spam emojis or anything. I know it's kind of toxic, but I did like that in other games where you could like spam emojis, not like type anything to them, but just some kind of like interaction.
You are. This is very toxic right now.
Okay,
oh my gosh.
I come from Call of Duty, so it's fun just to like have a little back and forth, you know, during a match. It feels like you're playing against a real person, you know.
I agree. Yeah. I think also like Pokemon would do very well to, if they had things like that. I think the option for you to go, hey, I don't want this on at all, just like turn off emotes from my opponents, and then some people will have emotes and stuff like that on. I think that is a good idea, and also it does sort of personalize what you're doing. But I've played so many games where just the other person's spamming some like like some orc or something from Hearthstone. It's like, all right, enough, please. But yeah, I do think having some sort of interaction would be good. I think I'm actually doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I feel like that's really accurate.
But you're right. Being able to look at your own deck, and this might just be a content creator thing. It might just be me being dumb too. But there will be times where we make a deck together on stream. Like someone will have like a deck suggestion. We put it together, and then you're in a match, and I'm like, did I put Dawn in this? And you're just like, at this point, I have no idea. Like, I'm going to have to wait till after the match to find out if I did
You made a couple changes to it, and then you're like, crap, which one did I take out, and what did I put in, you know? It happens. I feel okay, yeah, go.
A change that like thinking of changing decks. I have this on my list, and boy, I hate this so much. Maybe for other people it's good. When you make a deck that has multiple energy types, but you're playing a specific one, then you go into that deck to change one card. You're like, you know what? I actually do want X speed in this deck. I don't need this other Pokemon communications. You switch it around. Then you go into a match, and all of a sudden, you forgot that the energy has changed immediately. This is such a dumb
I hate
nitpick.
This so much.
But dude, this drives me crazy.
Just you saying that, I feel a blood rush to my head.
Yeah, where I'm like halfway through the match, and then I see the psychic energy pop up, and I'm like, like why did this do this? It's such a frustrating
like
thing.
glancing at your chat and then seeing them say wrong energy like right after you get into the match, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, and you're like, all right. It's like sometimes I just instant concede. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
okay, fine, moving on. Like I have to run back to it and pull the fire energy out of it because I didn't actually need it on that Drudagon or whatever. That is like such a minor thing, and I don't know the best fix because I understand why they did it, right? They did it because someone would add a new card to their deck and then not add the energy. But when you're switching out a trainer or something and it wants to reset that energy, please don't do that.
Okay, so that is new Pokemon maybe, but like supporter cards, items, tools, you don't need to do it for that. That's a little too much. I feel like
I'll even take a pop-up. I'll take a pop-up that goes, hey, you switch the Pokemon. Like, would you like to add this energy or something? Like, I get that pop-ups are kind of annoying too, but give me something so that I don't run into a match with an energy I don't need.
I just think they need to like revise their deck building and like filter system. I don't think it's super amazing. But again, we're not idea guys. So if you guys have a suggestion and what you would like to see, make sure to comment below.
Yes, please. That's very true because like some of these things I feel like with the idea of just being able to click a button and all your rarity, I'm like, that makes total sense. Other things, I don't know the best way to sort all this, but I hope that they can figure it out. Do you have another? I've got a few more.
I do. I have, let me see here, I have a couple. I think a lot of people are complaining about the fact that when you trade, there's no way to communicate. I don't know how they would do that.
Yeah, that's actually a great point.
Yeah,
you have to do it on Discord,
so
basically.
Confusing. Literally, you have to join a Discord or download one of those trading apps. There's no, because otherwise you have no idea what they're asking for.
Yeah, that's. I mean, one of my big notes is just like a complete overhaul of the trading system. Yeah. So, I do think, like, in the grand scheme of Pokemon Pocket's short life so far, they've really only made one massive mistake. A lot of games make mistakes all the time and the community's pissed off. This game, I feel like, has really made only one massive mistake, and it's with trading. Trading is a mess. I get why they did it. I actually appreciated their kind of conversation around it, saying like, hey, look, this is what's going on. Like, people are bot farming this game, and it's really hard. Like, I appreciate all that. I'm glad they mentioned it. I'm glad they kind of made it clear why they're doing what they're doing. But now that we're getting more and more sets, and I know it's going to be a little while before our next one, but at the end of April, we should be having another set come to this game. At some point, for a new player, the idea of getting any of these old cards is going to seem impossible without a good trading system. So I get why they are doing what they're doing, but man, we need an overhaul to it. It needs to be easier to get the cards you want. You need to be able to get like 2-star rarities, I think, is kind of a must. And at the same time, like, it needs to be way cheaper. Like, I think they're going to need to do a lot of work on trading, which they've kind of moved in that direction a little bit. But all they've really done is give people more hourglasses, trade tokens, or whatever. Like, I think that whole system needs to be a lot easier, a lot better.
I mean, hopefully they're just using that to hold us off while they're developing a new system. You know, it might just take a while to implement into the game. So hopefully they're just gifting things right now to kind of stop people from complaining for now until they release an updated trading system. I completely agree with that. And I think you're right. They haven't really screwed anything else up. But that's also because we haven't received anything new in the game. It's been pretty much the same since launch, except for some of the new cards, which we have mentioned in the past that I do like the way they're balancing things right now, but we are getting ranked right around the corner. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. They did mention that they're fixing trading. That will be cool. One more complaint that I have is I would like to be able to copy and paste deck lists. Like, I want to make two different versions of a deck when I'm testing something, and I want to go back and forth between the two. Maybe this is specific to me, but like a really good system to just copy and paste into a new deck would be great. Or like some kind of code that you can use. Say maybe we can put it like under a video, or you can send it to your friends, share it with your friends. They copy that code, they input it in the game, and it just puts all the cards that you own into a list for you. So you don't need to, like, when you're watching someone's YouTube video or you see a deck that did well in a tournament, you don't need to go back and forth from that screen to your phone, like, you know, searching up each individual card. It would be so much nicer if you could just take a code, put it in the game, and then it like inputs all the cards that you own from that deck list into your own deck, and then you just fill it out with whatever you don't own or something else, you know? I feel like that would be save a lot of time for people.
That would be so sick. I would love that. That's such a cool idea. Or like, however a QR code or something would work. Like, you generate a deck and then people could just copy that deck. What a great idea. That's so nice. And it also opens up so many opportunities for sharing, especially like on short form, you know, sites like TikTok and stuff, on sites like Twitter, on things like Limitless. Like, you could just copy the deck just like that. Man, that would be such a good idea. I love that. What a cool thing that they could add to the game. That would be awesome.
That would be. I don't know if we're ever gonna get it, but that would be like no, probably not.
No, we're not getting that. That's a great idea, but no, you can. It's a really good idea. I just think there's some things where I'm like, they're never gonna do that. No way.
It's too good to be true.
I have a couple more, and these are things that I think. There are varying degrees of maybe they could do it. One of you touched on this. We need a greater variety of the events in the game. So I actually don't mind like the 45 win event, the 5 win streak. I think these are decent events, but at this point they've been repeated multiple times. And I think it's time for more interesting events coming to the game, even outside of ranked, right? So I still think having the events in the game are really cool, but we haven't had any that had any type of special flair to it at all. Yeah. It's just win in a different way.
Bro, I've never seen a game do that before, to where they don't even try to implement anything for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I think what I've gathered is this game is kind of exceeding expectations for the company, which is awesome. but it also feels like when that's happening, it's time to like really do some cool stuff. So it would be cool to have like, okay, you've got the 45 win event. What if one weekend, you know, or 3 or 4 days or whatever, you had a no EX win event? You just got to play 10 games, win 5 matches total or something like that. But in that event, you made a special deck for it. That gets people excited about pulling packs that don't have like Arceus EX in them, which is cool. That gets people excited about watching content. Creators are excited about making things. It's just like a different way to interact with the game. So I do think different events would be really cool. I hope they kind of move in that direction. Ranked will be interesting to see. And then this one, I don't know if they're going to do this at all, but as we start to get more and more sets, you feel like as a new player coming to a game, I don't know if you've ever felt like this, if you've hopped into a game that's like 2 years or 3 years old or something.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just like you feel like you can't catch up. You can never get there. And I wonder if as the game goes on, if older sets will start to become cheaper somehow. So if you get your 2 packs a day, if that could be 2 packs of, you know, Triumphant Light, the new set, but as it starts to go on, like it could be 4 packs of Genetic Apex or something like that. Like somehow make it easier for newer players to complete a set, because it's going to get really, really hard. And I don't know what their plan for that's going to be.
I hope it's not just make the meta so good that it phases everything else out except for the newer sets. You know, I think that's the way it's probably going to go. But I hope you're right. I hope they just like, I've seen games previously where there's a year-old set and they make it 50% off to open. You know what I mean? Like it costs half as many hourglasses as it previously did, or like something like that, where you could just go through it if you're just trying to collect or whatever. It's really cheap and you can burn through the pack really quick. That would be a good idea.
I hope they do something like that, because I do think this game will get to a point where anyone new picking it up will just feel like they're way too far behind.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tough. Like, you're going to go like, well, what do you need to open? Well, you need to open Charizard Genetic Apex, and then you need to open Mythical Island, and you need to open Palkia Spacetime Smackdown. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, this is gonna get impossible for some of these like newer players. And then the last thing that I think would be really great, and I know a lot of these are like content creator specific things, but I actually think this is just great for the community in general. I hope that this game gets some really good drops like we see other games get, because that just fuels viewers. It gets people excited about the game. It gets people watching the game in a competitive and even like just a fun sense, and it gets more creators excited about creating for the game. So
drops?
I hope they
like Twitch drops.
Yeah, like Twitch drops. Yeah.
Okay, I'm such a noob. All right, I'm sorry. I just started streaming on Twitch, so I've
No. So this is like, there are some games that are really good with drops.
Really?
Yeah. Like Marvel Snap is great for drops. And you'll see days where drops happen and the category explodes on Twitch. Tons of people are watching. Like, you literally just watch your favorite content creator on Twitch that day in the Pokemon TCG Pocket category, and you get 2 free packs. Like, dude, the streams would be full of people.
You're right.
Full of people.
Did Pokemon Unite ever do that? Because I know you're from that space.
We got some drops, and they are not good. So the drops we got are not good. They do them every once in a while. They're so bizarre, and they're not very good. But Pocket, you could do it would
packs.
Be really easy. All you got to do is give people packs. Like, dude, you sit in Godsley's Twitch for 2 hours, you get 2 packs. That is a no-brainer. So many people would do it.
Oh yeah, I would sit in your stream. I mean, I already do.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll check it out. No, but I really think that would be nice. Those are just things that I think we've gone over a lot here, but those are all things that I think they could put into the game quickly, and it just levels up the game in some really big ways. Yep. I don't want to be doom and gloom at all, because I'm actually very excited about this game, about the future with this game, and I think they've done a lot of things right, and they've been carefully implementing new stuff. So in general, I just think all of these things could help, and I hope we start to move in that direction. But of course, I would love to hear from you in the comments what you think would be a huge change. If there's something that Godsley and I talked about, or if there's something maybe we missed, let us know in the comments. Thank you all for watching Professor's Research. We have a sister video to this up on Godsley's channel right now. There's a link in the description and pinned comment. Make sure you check that out. Every week when this drops on my channel, a video drops on his and vice versa. So thank you all, and I will see you all next time.
See you guys later. Perfect.
Hey guys, before this episode ends, I just wanted to hop in here and talk about trading really quick because we bring that up in this episode, and we actually do have an update from Pocket. So I just want to read this to all of you. It's funny because Godsley and I were just talking about the trading system needs some big overhauls. They said the trading feature update. Thank you for sharing your feedback on the trading feature in Pokemon trading card game Pocket. We are continuing to read your comments and investigate ways to improve the feature. Today, we'd like to introduce the following updates to trading that will be implemented at the end of autumn 2025. With these changes, we hope that trading cards between players will be more accessible and more enjoyable. Removal of trade tokens. Trade tokens will be completely removed, and players will no longer need to exchange cards to obtain the currency required for trading. Instead, trading cards of 3 diamond, 4 diamond, and 1 star will now require shine dust. When you open a booster pack, shine dust will be automatically earned if you obtain a card that is already registered in your decks. Currently, shine dust is also required to obtain flare, so we are looking into increasing the amount offered since it will also be needed for trading. Altogether, this change should allow you to trade more cards than you could before this update. Trade tokens you currently own can be converted to shine dust when the item is removed from the game. There are no changes in how 1 diamond and 2 diamond rarities are traded. Additional updates in development. A feature will be added that allows you to share cards you're interested in trading for via the in-game trading function. We hope these changes will make trading cards more accessible and allow more players to enjoy making trades. In addition to these changes, we're also looking into how to accommodate cards that are currently unavailable for trades, such as promo cards, 2-star rarities. Keep an eye out for more information about this topic in the future. We look forward to hearing your feedback as updates are released and remain committed to developing the best possible Pokemon TCG Pocket experience. Thank you for being part of our community. So, I just wanted to add this to the end of this video because I do think this is a nice message from Pocket, and it's something we talked about. So there you go. Love you guys. See y'all next time.